The Blues are back at home hosting the Menlo Park Legends for a 3-game set. It's the first 3-game series against a single team that the Blues will play in this year. As we welcome you into the broadcast booth for the Ancient Owl pregame show. Ryan Giacomini, Addy Daudet, happy to be back with you. Both of us MIA for the midweek series, so if you were watching those games, shout out to the Stompers Broadcast Network for having all of our fans over there. But for today, not Cal Poly. I'm too busy focusing on Mustang baseball as they play in a super regional, but Blues baseball is back on the Central Coast, which is a much-needed thing, I think, for this Blues team. Talking to a lot of the players earlier today, they said the road trip was long. They came home Wednesday night after the game, and they're excited to be back on the Central Coast, playing in front of the faithful fans here.
Yeah, well, first away trip of the season after having a good amount of games here at home with lots of fans filling the seats. So it's no surprise that really takes a toll on the players, but it will be good practice for the 5-game trip that they have coming up midweek this week, starting on June 10th. So good practice for them, but I'm sure they're going to appreciate a nice little home weekend series with a fireworks show tomorrow, which will bring lots of fans to Sinsheimer Park.
Yeah, it's a weird 6 o'clock Saturday start for the Blues with fireworks up in the night sky tomorrow night. Before we take a look at this weekend, though, let's recap the 2-game series in Sonoma this last week. The Blues fell in the first game 7-2. Really in that game, there just wasn't a lot of offense all around. The Blues left a couple of runners stranded. The pitching gave up some runs early and then gave up a grand slam that kind of slammed the door on the Blues. And then in game 2, they had a much-needed bounce-back game. They got Cutter Gage Webb for his first game in a Blues uniform, and he hit the first home run of the season for the Blues, a wall scraper in Sonoma. And they elevated to a 10-0 win. 2
very different games on opposite sides of the spectrum. But I'm glad that they were able to end off on that win. Bring that energy back here to Sinsheimer for this weekend series, I think will be huge, just especially mentally, that mental aspect of the game. But competitive games, kind of going on either side. You know, you saw that 7-2 loss in the first game, and then 10-0 win. You would not suspect the 2 teams were playing each other in both those days.
Yeah, in the first game on Tuesday, there was, which has a little bit of a biased Blues broadcaster, there was a missed call made by the umpires that led to about a 5-minute break. Dean Traynor out there talking with the umpires, which then eventually led to the benches and bullpen both clearing. Nobody was ejected from that game, but according to Blues president and owner, came out with a little more fire in game number 2 because of that, and it reflected on the score sheet with that 10-0 win. That was led on the mound by Spencer Gallimore, who came in relief after Carson Boyer threw 3 scoreless innings. So a very good second game. Blues will look to continue that momentum. They are now 2-2 in CCL play after splitting the 2-game series last weekend with the Indians and then dropping to the Expos in a non-conference game last Sunday. So we are almost ready to get you going here. Cutter Gage Webb, who I mentioned hit the home run, he will be in the lineup today. It'll be fun to see him in action. It's a little bit of a different look, some familiar names in different spots today.
Yeah, there's definitely been a rotation throughout the lineup. You know, it's almost like we see something different every game. There's definitely a couple of those staple players we've seen on there. Moran, we've seen Sin kind of in that 3-4-5 spot. He'll be batting in the 4th today. Same with Ashwalk, from Phil Constantine. We're consistently seeing those players. No Nahar today, who played the first, I think, every single home game before the away stand and isn't on the lineup today. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how this lineup compares to what we've seen so far this season and how it competes today.
the Blues will be facing Diego Menjivar, who is a right-hand pitcher currently in the portal after spending a year of Division I ball at Bradley University and 2 years prior to that at Ohlone, so he'll face some familiar faces like Brendan Comerford, who will bat third today for the Blues. Well, they just announced the starting lineups here at the ballpark. We'll announce that to you when we come back for break. But don't go anywhere. We have first pitch of CCL action coming up next. First of three, Blues vs. Legends CCL action has officially started. The official CCL opening day was Tuesday, where the Blues played the Stompers, but the Blues had played two non-conference games prior to that against two conference games against affiliate team, the Santa Maria Indians. Prior to that, they are a 2-2 team so far in the CCL. And Addy and I are so glad to be back with you. Sorry that we couldn't travel on the road. We're both still in school. Got to pass some classes, man.
Yeah, finals haven't even started yet.
Yeah.
We're coming up on it this coming Monday, but some Week 10 action is always fun. Lots of presentations. Final work to turn in. The Central Coast Youth Chorus just cued us in with the singing of the national anthem, and we've got some good baseball to play tonight.
Yeah. On the mound tonight for the Blues is the rising freshman, big right-hander Titus Goki. He's made 2 appearances for the Blues this summer with no starts. Thrown 3 2/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, with 7 strikeouts. Been very, very dominant on the mound. And he will be facing a Legends lineup that is announced by their head coach, Nicholas Sanzari, and is led off by the shortstop Tyler O'Toole, followed by Aaron Lewis. Ethan Musser will bat third. Mason Griffin cleans it up. Oliver Hogan is the designated hitter. Ethan Jackson, primarily a catcher, will play first today, with Joaquin Stewart playing second, Nate Bateman behind the dish, and Brian Kenny to round out the starting 9. And before this game gets going, Dean Traynor and 3 other Blues coaches are huddled around the mound with the entire infield. I'm a little confused as to what's going on. It looks like maybe there's an issue with the mound. Now, here comes some reserves with...
Looks like some dirt.
Some dirt, some clay, and they got the mallet. The mound pound.
The mound looks a little wet. Maybe trying to dry it out and press the dirt in.
Yeah, I don't know, but an odd delay nonetheless. This is a CCL delay. This is something you would expect in the CCL. Some mound issues. I mean, it happens at every level of baseball, but usually it's something that's worked out prior to 8 minutes past when first pitch was supposed to be.
I think only 3 warm-up pitches were thrown before the team seems to huddle around trying to figure it out.
And there's Tex coming out with the rake. And
another
another rake coming
rake
from the other side. So we got dual rake action.
And we're all going to sit around and watch him do some field work.
Yeah, so Tex out there, I mean, I don't know how old Tex is, but he got to be at least 50. He looks great for his age, I got to say. But there's a bunch of healthy college baseball players out there watching him rake out that mound. Brady Comerford, grab the rake.
Well, we got a dugout full of players just watching them do it as well. They don't want to get their nice white pinstripe uniforms dirty, apparently. But they will just gather around and watch him do it.
I don't know if I've ever seen a group of 5 coaches and the entire infield huddle around a mound 10 minutes after when first pitch was supposed to be, trying to get the mound ready. The umpires aren't even joining. The umpires are chatting it up on the first baseline.
They seem unbothered. Oh, looks like they're going to get something else. A rake was dropped. Now another player is running back to the tool shed, it looks like. Oh, another player runs off. He's going to get something too.
At least there's a sense of urgency.
How many players does it take to make one mound usable? That's the question. We'll find out here. All right, the mallet looks like the mallet's getting its use.
Well, while we wait, if you missed the Ancient Owl pregame show, the Blues split 2 games with the Stompers on the road this last weekend. A 7-2 loss to start the weekend, followed by a 10-0 shutout in game number 2, where the pitching staff was just flat-out dominant. We'll see if the Blues can use that momentum. They're now 2-2 in CCL play. Not a lot of CCL games have been played so far. But the Blues, I believe, do lead the entire conference in wins. Doesn't necessarily mean they're first.
Well, I'm sure they appreciate those early on games this season before people were able to really get going to kind of get their feet on the ground, adjust to playing with, new players who they haven't seen all season or all year since last season. So I'm sure they kind of appreciate that edge against some of the other teams.
We'll, as the season progresses and there's more CCL games played, we'll have an actual standings graphic that we will update for you for every game so you can see how the team is doing. But yeah, the Blues lead the entire conference north and south in wins at 2. But that's because they're they're the only team who's played 4 games. Every other team has either played 0, 1, or 2. They sit in 3rd in the North with their 2-2 record. For the Menlo Park Legends, they played 1 CCL game on Wednesday against the San Francisco Seagulls in what was a shootout. Menlo Park lost that game 12-11, a very high-scoring game. Let's take a look at the box score from that game. It looks like San Francisco scored 4 in the 4th to take an early lead, and then continued to add on to their lead despite Menlo trying to come back. And Menlo came up 1 run short in the 9th. They scored 6 runs after going into the 9th inning down 12-5 and lost 12-11. But they only had 11 runs on 6 hits.
Well, it's a good stat for the Blues to look out for, seeing as they'll take on the San Francisco Seagulls midweek next week on the road. So it'll be a great way for them to kind of compare and prepare after playing Menlo Park this weekend and then again next week on the road.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. It just honestly looks like a pretty ugly game in terms of walks and errors. 7 combined errors and 14 combined walks. Yeah, that's a recipe for both teams to score double-digit runs. Put it into perspective, 23 combined runs, but only 17 combined hits. So definitely capitalizing off of those errors and those walks. For Menlo, Tyler O'Toole and Aaron Lewis, who bat 1 and 2 tonight, went hitless. All their hits came in the middle of the order. Casey Levitt-McGee, who's not in the lineup today, but a very familiar face to the CCL, he spent a year with Alameda and a year with Walnut Creek. Ethan Jackson had a hit. Barclay Ovali, who was actually committed to play for the Blues before deciding to play a little bit closer to home for the summer. Ethan Fillinger, Oliver Hogan, Will Robbins are their 6 players who had hits the other day.
Well, a little mound updated. Looks like some of the players have chipped in to help, but it doesn't seem they've gotten very far.
Well, the catcher, Gradal, is heading back to his home, so this might be a good sign. Goki, the starter, didn't throw a pitch, but he just went through the motion. It looked like it might have felt better. Let's see how he feels after he throws a couple.
So the player's getting the arm warm again in the infield.
And it looks like he's given maybe the thumbs up now.
6:14 and no first pitch quite yet, but we're getting there.
Hey, I told you before the game, we might have a 4-hour game today. And for those of you who have watched the broadcast the last couple of years, I'm not a superstitious guy. I don't believe that anything I say has any impact on what's going to happen on the field. But this is definitely the way that a game would go about 4 hours. And I mean, technically the game hasn't started, but I mean like 4 hours from 6 o'clock. Never know.
Never know. It looks like position players are back to their respective positions and might have a baseball game here.
There's a Blues youth camp coming up this summer on June 16th through the 18th, just a weekend or so away. If you have a young,
we'll see how this affects Goki and his control on the mound. I mean, warm-up pitches are no key indicator, but he definitely has thrown a couple pitches and kind of shook in his head. A little maybe disappointed with how the pitches have been a result, and maybe it's because of the mound.
Keeps pressing down at the front of the mound. That must be what the issue is, where he's landing with his front foot. Nevertheless, the game will make way.
Well, in case you forgot, well, the leadoff hitter is it's Tyler O'Toole for the Menlo Park Legends, as we're slated to get started 15 minutes late. First pitch misses away at 6:15 p.m. Game time temperature 67 degrees and sunny. Here's the 1-0. It's a called strike to the shortstop. O'Toole, an infielder. Also a right-handed pitcher. At least he is listed as a right-handed pitcher on the Menlo Park Legends roster. Swung on a miss. The fastball had a little too much mustard. Makes sense that he'd be listed as a right-handed pitcher despite never pitching at the college level. He leads Buchanan High School in all-time ERA. Upstairs, 2-2. A .66 ERA in his high school career. Went 0 for 4 in opening day as he hits this one off the end of the bat into center field. and Becker will have it to make the grab. Becker's in center. Let's take a look at the rest of the defense for the hometown team, the San Luis Obispo Blues. Chavez and Suzuki will join him in left and right, respectively. On the infield from first to third, it's CJ Moran, Gavin Constantine, Cutter Gage Webb, and Brendan Comerford with Jack Gradell in the squat, and Mason Ashlock as the designated hitter. Just like that, there's 2 outs.
Despite a late start to the game, we seem to be getting through this first half inning pretty quickly with 2 batters and 2 outs.
First at bat, 5 pitches. Second at bat, just 1. And we're 6 pitches deep. Fastball that clips the upper part and framed by Gradell. Pounding the strike zone early. As this one's popped up by Mooser. Shallow center field, and Becker will glove it with one hand to end the inning. A very efficient 8 pitches for Titus Goki, and the Blues are coming up in the bottom of the first. After the Legends get sat down in order, the Blues are going to come up, and they will be facing Diego Menhiovar. Diego, this last year, pitched with Bradley University at the Division I level, where he struggled a little bit, gave up 14 runs in 6 innings, and pitched just 9 times for them, but was really good with Ohlone for 2 years prior to that. He has not appeared this summer, and he will be facing a Blues lineup that is led off by Kyle Becker. Cesar Chavez will bat second. Brendan Comerford bats third and plays third. CJ Moran cleans it up. Mason Ashlock's the designated hitter. Cutter Gage Webb, who hit the home run on Wednesday, bats sixth with Suzuki, Gradell, and Constantine rounding out the order. First pitch to Becker. Misses for a ball. More about Menhiovar, originally from Benicia, California. And Ohlone, he hit a little bit as well. That one's fouled away. When I say a little bit, I mean 4 at-bats. He had an RBI, or 2 RBI single in that game. And he got his 1 at-bat, or his 4 at-bats, excuse me. Mainly used as a reliever, so we'll see if this is a bullpen game or if it's more of a start look for Menhiovar. 9 saves in his 2 years with Ohlone, including being the saves leader in the Coast Conference in 2025.
chase it down if you want. Horizon Realty, our 3 foul.
He's facing Kyle Becker. Becker is 2 for 11 on the season. No extra base hits so far. Up and away, it's 2-2.
Becker taking over that number 1 spot that we've seen dominated by Nahar so far for a lot of this season. He hit in the 4 spot on...
Off the hands, up the middle, and through for a base hit. There goes the no-hitter for the Menlo Park Legends as Becker opens up the game with a knock. And you're right, Nahar has been the leadoff guy a lot this season, but recently not really. Against the Indians in the second game, Cesar Chavez got the leadoff role, and then on Wednesday, CJ Moran led off. Today, Kyle Becker. So kind of been trying to figure out who that solidified leadoff guy is going to be as the slider misses inside. Last year, in the last 2 years really, Dean Traynor didn't have to worry about it. It was E.J. Royal. E.J. Royal was going to play center field and he was going to lead off. Now, no more E.J. Down and away. It's 2-0 to Cesar Chavez.
Chavez in that 2 spot, just as he was on Wednesday, where he had 1 hit in 5 at-bats.
2-0 is a called strike right at the letters. Chavez, 2 years ago, played in the CCL with the San Diego Bombers. We're still a CCL team, an affiliate team, as he hits this one into center field. Chasing it down is Griffin, and he will make the grab over his shoulder. 1 out now for Brendan Comerford. Griffin, center fielder, made that play. He's joined in the outfield by Aaron Lewis and Mooser on the infield. It's Kenny, O'Toole, Stewart, and Jackson. That's third to first, with Bateman behind the plate and Hogan as the designated hitter for the Menlo Park Legends. Comerford tied for the team lead in hits with Jack Riddell, who bats 8th today. The other way, and now he holds the lead. A 1-out single, and Becker moves up a station. Nice opposite field approach. Took that pitch where it came from. Outside pitch, and just went that way with it. Didn't try to do too much. Brings up Moran. Moran is a guy who definitely could end up being the leadoff batter all season long for this team. He played and started in almost every single game for the Toreros this last year as the leadoff batter. Dean Traynor explored the idea on Wednesday in the 10-0 win, but today he moves back to the cleanup spot. The 0-1 is crushed out to right field. Moving to his right is Mooser, and he will make the grab over his shoulder on the warning track. Both runners will tag up into scoring position as it's a productive out. But man, oh man, Moran did not miss that one by much.
Moran with a powerful swing. Really can get a hold of him, but as we've said many times, it's hard to hit him out here at Simsheimer because of the wind, and it'll just catch those balls every time. But big at bat from Moran.
Well, the wind typically blows very hard here from right to left, but today it's kind of a soft gust, at least according to the flag, left to right, which might make it a little bit easier for a lefty like Moran to get out. First pitch to Mason Ashlock, who's a guy who hits the ball hard. It's a called strike. Ashlock, the designated hitter, is batting .263 with 1 extra base hit early in his summer. Up and in.
Ashlock's father, also a big baseball guy. Played at Bellevue College, a community college in Washington, before transferring to the University of Washington.
Just down the street, as that one is swung on a miss.
Clap your hand. Clap your hand.
Well, much like Ashlock's dad, Oliver Hogan, who is due up in the next inning for the Legends, also went to Bellevue, as this one's popped up into right, and Mooser will make the grab. The Blues leave two stranded, but a couple of hits is a good way to start the first inning. Through one or scoreless. It's the middle three in the order, due up for the Menlo Park Legends after they were set down on just 8 pitches in the first. Mason Griffin, the center fielder, will lead it off. Swung on a miss. Fastball blown by him at the letters. Griffin, a 6'3" outfielder who play with the Bears of the University of Northern Colorado. There's a few players on this Menlo Park team from the University of Northern Colorado, as he's going to go the other way for the first hit of the day for the Legends. Brings up Oliver Hogan. Small lead off first for Griffin, who had 8 steals this last year at the Division I level. It's 2-0 to Oliver Hogan, who announced that for his final year of eligibility, he is going to try to find a new place to play. After spending a year playing Division II ball in the Pac West with Menlo, and 2 years at the community college level with Bellevue. Three-0. Hogan the other day in the loss went 1 for 2, recorded an RBI and a run, and his one hit was a home run. 3-0 right there for a called strike. Hogan definitely showed off the power this last season with the Oaks. hitting 9 home runs and having a .655 slugging. Chases this one and fouls it away.
Quickly, the count is full with no outs and a man standing on first for the Menlo Park Legends.
See if Griffin takes off from first. Decent speed over there. I mentioned those 8 steals. He doesn't go, but he'll get second base anyways as Hogan gets walked.
Number 38, excuse me, Ethan Jackson.
Brings up first baseman Ethan Jackson. Jackson listed as a catcher, but today, I mentioned, playing at first base. Also in the portal after 2 years at the community college level with Monterey Peninsula. Called strike. Jackson overlapped a year with Blues outfielder Jake Hixenbaugh in 2025. Swung on and hit softly to short. To second for one. The throw to first is in time. A 6-4-3 double play.
Go over to the ER at Sierra Vista and number 1582. If you're 1582, you just won a teddy bear from the San Luis Obispo Airport.
Taylor made and comes in a big spot with the Legends threatening 2 on, nobody out. Now 1 on with 2 outs for Joaquin Stewart.
Great sequence there to get those 2 outs. Nevertheless, the Menlo Park Legends have someone sitting on third looking to make a score out of this game.
The first pitch to the second baseman is a ball. It's 1-0. Hit hard the other way, but foul.
Everybody clap your hands.
Just over 20 pitches now for Titus Goki. This next one will be pitch 22. Same spot, and it's 1-2. Stewart, another player in the portal. 2 years at community college. Looking to find a more permanent place to call home. Swung on and just lightly tapped foul.
Aggressive at bat here from Stewart. His third fouled off ball. Making Goki work in this 1-2 count with 2 outs.
Off the hands, and this might nub into left or into right field, and it's going to. An RBI single for Joaquin Stewart, and that's how this game gets started in terms of scoring.
Stewart able to place that ball right in between the right fielder Suzuki and the second baseman Constantine. You can see Constantine rolling back on it, but not able to turn his body in time to get in front of the ball, and Suzuki just not able to get there fast enough to make the catch.
Unfortunate event for Goki, who got weak contact, and it resulted in an earned run.
Way over on the first base side, out into the path between the fielders. Kids, if you want to chase it, you can do that.
Joaquin Stewart's first run batted in this summer. Nate Bateman, a logger from D3, University of Puget Sound. Popped up, shallow right field. Suzuki has it and will glove it for the third out. Menlo Park get on the board. A run in the second, and the Blues now trail heading to the bottom half. Cutter Gauge Webb will make his Sinsheimer debut in the bottom of the second inning after hitting the first homer of the summer for the Blues on Wednesday. A left-handed hitting shortstop. May have got clipped over the toe. It looks like he didn't. It's a ball anyways. Gage Webb showed off the power this last year as well with Rice, teammates with Mason Ashlock. He had hit 8 home runs and 183 at-bats. Slider looked more like a cutter maybe for a called strike. It's a 4-pitch mix for Menjivar. Fastball, slider, changeup, and the curveball. But he doesn't throw the changeup a lot to lefties. He actually hasn't thrown it at all in our scouting report. That one is swung on and missed. And Webb is behind in the count.
Webb's 4th at-bat in the Blues uniform in this 2026 season. After, as you mentioned, a home run last Wednesday.
1-2
in Sonoma.
Popped up on the infield and playable for O'Toole, who gloves it with the red webbing. Kosei Suzuki will bat now. Suzuki has been batting, or had bat a lot in the 4-hole for the Blues early in the year. Today is batting 7th. See if he can provide some additional pop and extra base hit prowess late in the lineup. An 0-for-4 day the other day, as this one is drilled back off the pitcher. Hopefully the pitcher is okay, and Suzuki gets unlucky.
Menhar throwing his glove on the ground. And what I can only guess is pain. It looks like it hit him on his right hip.
Ball hit 100 miles an hour right back at him. I mean, he had no time to even react to it, and it drilled him. For both Suzuki and Menjivar, it's the worst outcome. I mean, Menjivar is happy he got the out, but he would almost probably rather have just given up the base hit. And for Suzuki, he wished he had the base hit. It's a 100-mile-an-hour ball that he hit perfectly, and he's not going to get rewarded for it.
Looks like Menjivar is all right, but there's definitely something to be said about that mental block you have after getting nailed back to the ball, especially one coming at you 100 miles per hour. And to be able to stand up there, keep dishing out pitches over the plate, it's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, he looks like he's okay. Took one warm-up pitch. Looks like he might take a few more. Well, only needs one. And he's all good. With 2 outs, it brings up Jack Gradell, who coming into today was tied for the team lead in hits. Comerford separated by 1 with his base hit in the first. But Gradell has been very, very solid. 8 for 20, a 400 batting average. 2 of those hits for extra bases. Swung on a miss on a fastball outside. Jack Gradell originally signed with the Blues as a temporary player. Looks like he might be here to stay now. On the ground to the left side, and that's going to be through for a hit. 9 for Gradell, keeping pace with Comerford, and it comes with 2 outs.
Number 6, the second baseman.
Competition that I'm sure the Blues are appreciating, keeping their number 3 and number 8 guy constantly hitting just to try to one-up each other. Pretty helpful for the team and fun for the guys.
A friendly competition, that's a great way to keep people engaged regardless of the score. Always want to pass that guy up. Here's Constantine. Blue barrel bat just like last summer as he takes strike 1. Constantine this year, 2 for 8, has drawn 4 walks and driven in 4 runs. And very quickly he's behind on 2 fastballs. First game of a 3-game set this weekend.
Constantine taking a little break in those midweek games up in Sonoma, his last played game last Sunday.
He strikes out on 3 pitches, and that will do it for the inning. Due up for the Legends, it's 9-1-2 in the 3rd.
16, Brian Kenny.
Bottom of the order, and Brian Kenny for the Legends, who scored their first run of the game in the second inning and hold a 1-0 lead. O'Toole and Lewis will follow. Kenny playing at the hot corner today for the Legends, as he gets handsy and fouls it off.
Kenny with 2 at-bats in that game against the San Francisco Seagulls earlier last week. No hits resulting from that, but nevertheless, here today in the bottom of the lineup.
On the ground to short, gloved by Webb. Crow hops and gets the out at first. One away for the top of the order, and Tyler O'Toole.
Top of the batting order. Number 3, the shortstop, Tyler O'Toole.
O'Toole flew out to start off this game. No swing on the appeal. O'Toole, a Ram from Fresno City College, a few hours east of sunny San Luis Obispo. And they're going to appeal again. No swing again. This was the same thing we saw last year, Addy. We saw appeal after appeal after appeal all the time. And I think there were probably about 100 appeals, and maybe 3 or 4 of them were called swings. Popped up. Might be in play, might sneak into the orange row. We'll see what it is. It's in play, and Gradell has it.
Difficult catch by Gradell, but nevertheless he was there. From my point of view, I completely thought that was going to be in the orange seats. I was confused where he was going, but catches it right at the edge of the fencing for out number 2.
I'm not going to lie, I definitely thought that was in the bleachers as well. On the ground, short, Webb to first, and that'll do it. Another very efficient inning, 7 pitches from Titus Goki, and we head to the bottom of the third inning. Blues looking to score.
16.
The Blues trail by 1, and they will have the top of the order in Kyle Becker to lead it off in the third. Ryan Giacomini, Addy Daudet here on the SLO Blues streaming network. Blues 5-4 this season, 2-2 in conference play as Becker takes strike 1.
Becker with a single in his first at bat in the first inning. Got himself all the way to third, but wasn't able to get home, leaving the score 1-0 here in the bottom of the third.
That was 0-0 at the time that he was stranded. Comerford got him to second on a base hit, and Moran moved both runners into scoring position with a deep fly out to right. It's 0-2 to the center fielder. The other way, right at the third baseman, Kenny. His throw to first is on the money for the first out of the bottom of the third. Now it's the senior outfielder, Cesar Chavez. 3 years at Cal State LA. After graduating from Walnut High School in 2023. First pitch is hit the other way. Caught some chalk early, but makes its way foul. Chavez had far and away his most productive year this last season. He improved his batting average by 13 points and his slugging by 8. As he hits this one hard on a line and into center field. Griffin got a bad read on it, and it's going to be a one-out hit. Brendan Comerford will step in. He attacked the first pitch, hit it hard the other way his last time. Does not go after the first pitch and takes it for a ball. Blues have not made Menhavar work all that hard so far this game. He's at just 33 pitches. This will be pitch number 33. Runner goes. Pitches away. The throw down is off line and into center field. Trying to go to third is Chavez. The play at third, and it gets past the third baseman. Chavez is going to go home. He scores! Call it 270 feet of stolen bases as the Blues get on the board.
That is $3 Coors Light, $3 Coors Bank, $4 glasses of field reporting live.
That takes a specific kind of base running knowledge and IQ from Chavez to be able to be aware of what's happening on the field while also trying to keep himself in the game. Head on a swivel the whole time and able to make those quick decisions without a coach telling him what to do, and results in quite an exciting first run for the SLO Blues.
Now Chavez is going to be awarded a stolen base, and then it's going to be 2 separate errors, one on the catcher, Bateman, and one on the shortstop, O'Toole. It's the first Blues run as Comerford takes a strike, low and away. Swung on a miss, 2-2. Comerford thought he saw a pitch he liked. Swung on and hit hard to third, gloved by Kenny. Makes the throw, and it's dug out by Jackson for out number 2. Comerford hit that one pretty hard, 93 off the bat. The grass on the infield here is very thick, so if you hit it into the ground, so anywhere with about anything above about -10 launch angle, and it hits the infield grass, it's just going to die. This one's not going to be playable.
Moran leading the same way in his last at bat, which was a fly out to the right fielder, and it seems to be that he's pulling that way today. As Ryan mentioned, the wind's kind of reversing how we usually see it, flying from left to right.
Hard on the line, and that's going to be down. Trickles to the wall. Moran has extra bases, a 2-out double.
Well, there it is again. He just seems to like that right side. Pulls that way, and that one he was able to sneak in all the way to the warning track and then to the wall, making the right fielder track all the way back and allowing him a double.
Ashlock now has a chance to give the Blues the lead. First pitch is a called strike. Menevar sitting right around the 90s with that fastball. The low 90s, I should say. Ashlock fouls it back and finds himself in a hole.
Big lead from Moran on second with 2 outs here and 2 strikes on Ashlock.
Ashlock from Texas, playing in his home state with Rice this last season. Well, they had Moran picked off, but nobody was there. Menhavar got Moran to jump towards third base. Would have had him easy. 0-2, ugly swing from Ashlock, and it's a 3-pitch strikeout. But the Blues score a run thanks to some heads-up base running from Cesar Chavez, and it's now knotted up a third of the way through at Sinsheimer. Tied up after the Blues score a run on some good base running by Chavez in the third. Musser will lead it off against Goki in the 4th inning. Goki still looking for his first strikeout as that one misses upstairs. Swung on a miss, blew the fastball by Mooser, who flew out in the first. Two and one. Blues looking to pick up their third CCL win of the summer today. Menlo looking for their first. Popped up and out of play. That's going to be a souvenir.
Three-foul ball is sponsored by Horizon Realty, your Central Coast full-service real estate company.
Around the rest of the league. A few other games going on right now, as that one is swung on a miss. Mooser is the first strikeout victim of the day.
Number 1580, if you have 1580 on your program.
But around the rest of the league, the San Diego Waves are playing the Arroyo Seco Saints down at Jackie Robinson Field. Waves winning that one 5-0 in the top of the fifth.
Next up, number 48.
The Merchants and the Seagulls are playing at San Bruno Park, home of the Seagulls. It's 2-0 Merchants. Stompers hosting the Crawdads at Arnold Field. As this one's hit the other way, Chavez will make the play. One pitch gives Goki another out.
Griffin, who just had that flyout, was the first hit of the day and the first and only run for Menlo Park.
The Stompers are beating the Dads. It's 1-0 there, bottom of the third. The Barons are knotted up at nothing with the Philippines baseball group at the MLB Youth Academy in Compton. And the Riptide and the Bombers, 0-0. Top of the first inning. That was a 7 o'clock start at Great Irvine Park. This one is spiked by Goki, who immediately looks down at that spot on the mound that they spent about 10 minutes working on prior to the game starting. Hogan, a .372 hitter this last year at the Division II level. Swung on a missed, 1-2.
Big swing. It looks like he swung out of his hands there a little bit.
From Seattle, Washington, they didn't go too far to play some community college ball with Bellevue, and traveled to the great state of California for for Division II ball, looking for a new place to call home with 1 year of eligibility remaining. Takes this changeup away, and the deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs.
Hogan walked in his first at bat after being served 4 straight balls.
Swung on and foul tipped into the mitt of Gradell. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Goki, and the Legends go down quietly to the bottom of the fourth, tied up at 1. a little longer warm-up in between the half innings. Bateman got some dirt in his eyes and took about a minute to recuperate and get all the dust and grime out so he could see, which as a catcher, I think that's pretty important. You got to be able to see the ball, or else it's going to be really hard to catch it. I mean, I could not imagine sitting there behind the plate and just guessing where that pitch is going to be.
Yeah, I think a little dirt in the eyes is better than getting pegged with the ball. 90 miles per hour.
First pitch to Cutter Gage Webb, misses downstairs. Our director of social media, Dylan Allen, texted me about 10 minutes ago about Cutter Gage Webb after he made those 2 nice plays on the infield and called him KGW, and I think that might have to stick. KGW.
I like that.
I don't know if that's his actual nickname. I'd have to talk to him tomorrow, but KGW.
KG Dub. KGW.
Ooh, KG Dub?
KG
I
Dub.
kind of like that. Well, see, he has to have a nickname. I mean, Cutter is a really cool baseball name, but usually baseball is a very nickname-heavy sport. I wouldn't be surprised if people call him Cut or maybe just Cutter. It's 2-1 to the shortstop, who has looked pretty smooth out there up the middle. In his first ever game at Sinsheimer and his second game in the Blues uniform. Takes a strike on the outside part. From San Marcos, Texas, and has played all of his college ball close to home. Committed to Texas State out of high school, spent a year there and redshirted, and this last year transferred to Rice to play with the Owls. This one's hit well into center field, dying fast, but Griffin gets there for the out. Brings up Kosei Suzuki, who got ridiculously unlucky in his first at-bat when he ripped a 100-mile-an-hour line drive back at Diego Menjavar, who knocked it down with his front hip. Called strike to Suzuki. Oh, and 2 to the right fielder. This season, Suzuki is 6 for 23. That's good for a .261 batting average. One of those hits was a double. No other extra base hits and 5 driven in. Swung on and hit well into left center field. Going back is Lewis. He'll have a beat on it, and Sinsheimer takes away what could have been a home run.
Number 15, catcher.
Menjavar, I'm sure, happy that ball was nowhere near him.
In Sonoma, that ball's gone.
Yeah.
At Walnut Creek, that ball's gone.
A lot of parks, that ball is
San
gone.
Francisco, that ball's probably gone. So Suzuki is 0 for 2, but has hit the ball very hard both times. Gradell has a chance to be the first Blues hitter with double-digit hits this season. Him and Comerford are both tied at 9 right now for the team lead, with Comerford grounded out in the third. Swung on and missed. It's 1-1. Blues coming in today have a team batting average of .267 and a team OPS of .742. Pretty solid all around. That one is swung on and missed. The Blues' first hitter to double digits the last 2 years was none other than E.J. Royal. As this one's fouled back. Last season, on opening weekend, E.J. Royal recorded 1 hit on opening day, then 2 hits the second game of the season, another hit in the third. He was just a hit machine. We talk about him all the time. Those of you who are fans, you know how good he was. Very, very close, but it just misses up and in.
Very tight 2-strike approach there from Gradell. You can see him think about it. Nevertheless, no swing, and that'll give him a 2-2 count.
Swung on a miss. Second strikeout of the day for Menhavar, and the Blues go down in order for the first time. Through 4, it's still 1-1. One, 2-1, top of the 5th inning, Menlo Park. We'll have Ethan Jackson, followed by Joaquin Stewart and Nate Bateman in top of the 5th. Titus Goki still out there for the Blues as he pumps in strike 1. That was just pitched 44 for Goki, 43 pitches through 4 innings. That's a recipe for success. It's a called strike 2. And it's thanks in part to a 1-2-3 first where he threw 8 pitches, a 1-2-3 third where he threw 7 pitches, and a 1-2-3 fourth where he threw just 11 pitches. 0-2 is hit pretty well, but also hit a mile high. Left fielder Chavez will call off Webb and make the catch. 8 straight retired batters for Goki. And it makes way for Joaquin Stewart.
The only blip so far in the game that disrupts that 3-up, 3-down that we've been seeing is that second inning where Menlo Park scored their first and only run.
Even in that inning, he only threw 18 pitches. Kind of the rule of thumb is if you could stay under 15 pitches an inning, you're going to be pretty good because you can get to about the 7th inning, be right around the 90 pitch mark. Maybe about 100. So the fact that he gave up a run, 2 hits and 3 base runners in that inning and only threw 18 is pretty solid, especially when you sprinkle in an 8-pitch inning and a 7-pitch inning. Here's the 1-1. It's swung on a hit on the ground. Cutter Gauge Webb has tough time, but bodies it up, and his throw to first is just in time. Great pick by Moran.
What a sequence there from the shortstop, Webb. had a little trouble fielding it. Hard hit ball. Little ball was able to stay over it. And then Moran with quite the pick to get the batter out.
Nate Bateman last came up in the second inning, and he ended that inning by flying out to right. First pitch here is a called strike.
Take a look at the bottom of your program. See what colored dot you have.
Bateman this last year didn't see a ton of action with Puget Sound. Just 2 hits in his 7 at-bats. But one of those hits was a home run. And that lone home run contributed to Puget Sound setting a new program record for team home runs in a season. He also finished the year, again, small sample size, with a 714 slugging. Called strike 2. A graduate of Bellarmine Prep in the San Jose area. And that's a called strike 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Titus Goki. It is the 4th time he's done that, and that was a 10-pitch inning. He is being super efficient. We're halfway through at Sinsheimer. It's the baby doll, Gavin Constantine, to lead it off in the 5th. It's a 1-1 ball game, a game that started 15 minutes late due to an issue with the mound. And apparently, whatever they fixed on the mound has been working for Titus Goki, because he is dealing. Outside of one slight misstep in the second, every other inning he's faced the minimum. And now has 3 strikeouts, 2 swinging and 1 looking. Speaking of strikeouts, Constantine was a strikeout victim in the second inning.
Foul balls sponsored by Horizon Realty.
1-1. Misses away. Constantine rounding out the order today for the Blues. Career 189 batting average in 3 years with the St. Bonaventure Bonnies. Inside, it's 3-1.
Constantine's last at-bat being on Sunday against the California Expos. He had 2 at-bats, fly out to center field, and reach on an error in the 6th.
That one misses upstairs, and Constantine will draw a 5-pitch walk. It's a leadoff base runner. Second time the Blues have had a leadoff base runner. And it flips the order. Kyle Becker now with one on and nobody out. There's someone getting loose in the bullpen for the Legends. For a little insight, the Legends got brand new uniforms that came in today. I got them today, but it looks like they didn't have all the uniforms or something like that, and so players are going to be sharing uniforms today. We will be able to try to figure out who will be pitching thanks to our amazing baseball field ops. Becker taps this one foul.
Well, I got to say, I appreciate the uniforms they're wearing. I noticed in the past 2 home series, many times we've seen both the away and home teams wearing very similar colors.
It's not an issue with the Legends. They wear green.
Quite the contrast on the field. I appreciate it. It's easier to see from up here.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Top of their green tops, they have green hats with their gray pants, white lettering across the jerseys. The Blues are wearing their pinstripes. It's white top to bottom with pinstripes up and down, blue lacing, and blue lettering. Becker hits this one well to right field. Going back is Mooser and to the wall, and he, oh my God, he smashed the wall and drops it in foul territory.
He had the ball in his glove, but he just hits that fence very hard after running all the way over from his position in right field. Drops the ball on impact. Seems to be okay walking back to his position out in the field, but man, that was a big hit.
Yeah, wow. He took that one like a champ. Another 1-2, and he's going to get more work, but this one's going to be in the gap. He dives, it doesn't get it. Extra bases for Becker. Here comes Constantine, rounding third and scoring. Becker stands up as he trots into third base. The Blues take the lead.
Becker knew exactly what to do there after sending the ball far right over into the bullpen area. Immediately hits it into center right field, making the right fielder, Moser, go all the way back the other direction, tries to make a diving play, can't make it. That'll send the center fielder sent all the way back to the track and allowing Becker at triple and another run for the Blues.
There's going to be a new pitcher, and he's going to swap jerseys with Diego Menavar. We'll tell you who it is when we come back from break. But the Blues have their first lead of the game. The Blues grabbed their first lead thanks to an RBI triple from Kyle Becker, his second hit of the day. And it'll bring a new pitcher to the mound, wearing the same number as Diego Menjivar. As I mentioned, the Menlo Park legend is going to be swapping some uniforms around. But the pitcher is Quinn Robertson, who pitched with South Mountain Community College. And I've got to be fully honest, I've never heard of South Mountain Community College until just now. They compete in the Arizona Community College Athletic Conference down in Arizona. And this last year, he had a 9.53 ERA. First pitch is fouled off. Was very dominant at home, however. In his 3 appearances at home, he threw 3 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. But today, he's on the road, and on the road this last year, he had an 18 ERA. This one's hit the other way into the gap. Mooser is going to track it down, but it's going to be a productive out. Chavez drives in Becker on the sac fly.
You score. Got those $3 Coors Light and $3 Coors Banquet beer, as well as Field Recordings wine for $4.
Empties the bases with 1 out for Brendan Comerford.
Brendan Comerford.
First pitch to Comerford is a called strike. Robertson made 11 appearances this last year. Comerford foul tips this into the glove of Bateman. Also pitched with Menlo Park last summer, where he had an 0-4 record in 8 games played. Gave up 33 runs in 31 and 2/3 innings pitched. Way away, and it's 2-2. Comerford a hit and a ground out today. Batting .250 prior to today's game. And now it's a full count.
Robertson, originally from Scottsdale, Arizona. Might explain the small community college in Phoenix. Has about 5,000 students, 130 of those being student athletes.
For Menjivar, he goes 5 innings, gives up 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. A walk and a strikeout, as Comerford is going to reach via a walk. CJ Moran is going to be the batter, the left-handed hitting first baseman. He's kind of been bounced around the lineup a little bit. Batted 5th, batted 4th, led off a game. This is his 7th start of the summer. One of the more dangerous Blues hitters, as Moran fouls this one off his foot. Well, we want to shout out Wilson Kirk. He's turning 12 today, and we got note that he's watching the broadcast from home. So thank you for supporting the SLO Blues streaming network and the Blues, and happy birthday.
Everybody clap your hands.
Big lead from Comerford over there on first, after he got on via walk. The second Blues player to reach base in this inning.
Throw over to first is not in time. It's actually the 3rd player to reach base, but the 2nd one via walk. Constantine walked and later scored. Becker tripled and scored on the sac fly from Chavez, and Comerford stands on first with the aces free. Comerford thought about going, held up, and this one is sent a mile high on the infield. O'Toole is going to make the play for the 2nd out. You can tell Moran was trying to elevate and celebrate, but elevated it too much and won't be celebrating.
Heading down number 41, Mason.
Put it on the left side of the field. If you haven't seen a lot from him, he usually pulls that right as he did in his last 2 at-bats. One of which gave him a double and the other a fly out.
Become a very long inning as Comerford takes off on the first pitch and it gets to the backstop. Comerford will unnecessarily slide into second base with a stolen base.
All right, let's give away a fast feet seat cushion on that one. That one's going out to number 1739. 1739.
So it's a runner in scoring position now for Ashlock, who's 0 for 2, a flyout and a strikeout.
Marketing 10, get a fast feet seat cushion for a promotional concept.
Ashlock the other way, foul. 1-1. On deck is Cutter Gage Webb, the shortstop who homered in his first ever Blues game. Comerford dancing off second as Ashlock pops this one up and into the 5th row of the bleachers.
Lucky fan caught that one in the lap.
We got some athletes out here today.
Shay's starting to creep over from the right side of the field as the sun starts to drop behind Madonna Mountain.
Ashlock is the 6th batter to hit in this inning. Blues have scored 2 runs on 1 hit here in the bottom of the 5th. Popped up again. This one's going to be in play. We'll see who calls it off. It's the second baseman, Stewart, who does a hop and a skip and gloves it for the final out of the inning. The Blues, however, do get those 2 runs and hold their first lead of the game. It's 3-1 as we head to the 6th inning on the SLO Blues Streaming Network. Top of the 6th inning, 3-1 ball game at Sinsheimer, and there's a new pitcher for the Blues. Titus Goki is done after 5 remarkable innings. He will hand the ball over to Felix Stork. Stork is making his third appearance of the summer for the San Luis Obispo Blues. And in his previous two appearances, one start, an 0-1 record in 3 1/3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks and 8 strikeouts. But for Goki, he threw 5 really good innings, gave up just 2 hits, 1 run, it was earned, walked a batter, and struck out 3.
Very effective 5 innings to have a pitcher only give up 1 run and only face 3 batters in the majority of the innings that he's pitching in is huge for a team and for a bullpen. Be able to save some arms.
Well, in classic CCL fashion, there is somebody coming to the plate who is not on the roster for the Menlo Park Legends. Michael Ikawa is who we're being told it is.
Where's number 14, which you won't see. You'll see 12, you'll see 15, but you won't see a 14 on the roster.
We call it strike. Well, Ikawa plays with the Lewis and Clark River Otters. This last year, in his 3rd year with the team, he batted .325. His best year was definitely 2025, where he batted .372 with a .566 slugging. Upstairs, it's 2-1 from the new pitcher to the new hitter. It's another pinch hitter on deck as well. This player is on the roster. It's Joey D'Amelio who is on deck. So long on a miss. It's a 2-2 now. The Blues pitching staff has had 10 strikeouts in all 9 games so far this year. Today only 3, well under what they need to continue that streak. They had 13 in both games on the road this week. 2-2. There's number 4 for the Blues pitching staff. It's a called strike 3 to Michael Ikawa, and it's a first out of the 6th.
I feel like Stork showing his excitement after that strikeout. What a way to get started here. 5th. Especially as the top of the lineup comes up.
Is it? I don't know. The pitcher's switched. Yeah, O'Toole's the same. So I lied. It's Tyler O'Toole batting. He's 0 for 2 today. A fly out and a pop out. It's a called strike. Never mind. I take it back. That was a ball. Kind of don't know how that was a ball. Joey D'Amelio is on deck now, and I promise that's the truth. So that was the same exact pitch, and that one was called the strike. It's now 1-1.
O'Toole with the fly out and a pop out so far today. And is coming up with 1 out.
Called strike 2. Toole batted .265 with a 401 on base and a .363 slugging in the Central Valley Conference with Fresno City College. 2 home runs, 5 doubles. Those make up his 7 extra base hits. 1-2, and he buckles out of the way on a pitch that would have hit him.
Pitch thrown hard at bounced all the way up onto the fencing behind home plate.
O'Toole, part of a Fresno City College team that won the Central Valley Conference Championship this year. Full count. Blues currently sit third in the CCL North. It's early in the summer. A 2-2 record. Swung and I missed. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning.
All right, number 1674.
For Felix Stork.
1674. The marketing team gets your bottle of slow heat from Bonton Creole Cafe. Pinch hitting for Lewis is number 8, Joey D'Amelio.
Now it's Joey D'Amelio. Aaron Lewis is done after a pair of groundouts. He swings and misses at the first pitch. D'Amelio is in the portal after a year playing community college ball with West Valley College. Prior to that, played a year of Division I ball at Pepperdine. And prior to that, played at J. Sarah High School. Some legendary alumni from J. Sarah. Softly on the ground to third. Comerford will make the sidearm throw on the run. And the inning is over. Another 1-2-3 frame for the Blues as we go to the bottom of the sixth. SLO looks to add to their lead. Cutter Gage Webb still looking for his first hit at home. 0 for 2 today, and he will lead it off, followed by Kosei Suzuki and Jack Gradell. Bottom of the sixth, Ryan Giacomini, Addy Daudet, SLO Blues Streaming Network. First pitch is off the hands and knuckled to Rene Regalado. Oh, got to make that play over there, Rene. The 0-1 is hit hard and past the first base coach, Paul Teixeira. It's 0-2. Blues looking to extend on their 2-run lead. in the dirt.
Webb with a pop out in the second and a fly out in the fourth for his 2 at-bats of the day. Already fouled 2 off on the ground. Got on both respective baselines.
Hit hard, off the hands, and looping in right field for a leadoff hit. First hit of the day for Cutter Gauge Webb. KGW. Figure out a name for him.
I think I like KG Dub.
I do too.
It's a little shorter.
Yeah.
Anytime to throw in a dub in there.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good juju thing.
First pitch to Suzuki. Drops the back foot and misses. Now takes a pitch low for a ball. Cutter Gauge Webb, this last year with the Rice Owls, had 5 stolen bases, so definitely can run a little bit. Has a small lead as Suzuki gets fooled by a slider. It's 1-2 to the right fielder, who has really gotten unlucky a couple of times today. Had a 100-mile-an-hour line drive back at Diego Menavar that resulted in an out, and then hit a ball very hard to left field that was also an out. Ball that would have been a home run in probably every other CCL stadium. The wind completely dead here at Sinsheimer right now. This one misses away. They back pick to first as Webb slides in safely.
Webb looking like he was going to go, but drops back to first base on a dive.
Honestly, really good base running. Read the pitch in the dirt, but then got back after he saw that Bateman was able to scoop it up. Defensively, some changes. D'Amelio is going to stay out in left field as Suzuki strikes out swinging. Michael Ikawa will stay at third base for Kenny. So it's the first out of the bottom of the 6th and brings up Jack Gradell. Gradell, a hit and 2 tries. This one slapped into right center field, and that's going to get down. Going first to third is Webb. It was a hit and run, and that is hit number 10 for Gradell. First Blues hitter to get to double digits, and the team leader in hits.
Webb making his way all the way to third base. A little trip between the second and third base bag, but gets the third standing up, and there's runners in the corners.
Constantine has struck out and walked today. Has a chance to drive in an RBI. He already has 4 of those this year. He's going to lay down a bunt, and it's a beauty. A run scores. Everybody saves. A bunt single for Constantine.
Constantine lays that bunt down near the first base line, far enough away from the pitcher and the first baseman that both of them come in for, but neither of them are able to get there in time, and the second baseman has to run over, try to beat out Constantine. trying to hopefully make a throw, which doesn't end up happening, and Constantine just outruns the pitcher who fielded the ball while letting Webb take it all the way home.
Run in, damage. I should say run in, and the Blues are not done. 2 on with 1 out. Top of the order, and Becker takes strike 1 from Robertson.
Gradell stands on second, and Constantine on first.
Ace is free, a ball, a strike, and an out with a run in. This one's fouled away.
The ball over to the third base side. Right behind the ticket gate. Horizon Realty sponsors our 3 foul balls tonight.
Blues have extended, looking for more. Dell just barely stays alive. Excuse me. Becker is at the plate. Played with the Northwest Nazarene this last year, a Division II school. Only saw 9 at-bats. Takes this one away. 4 hits in those 9 at-bats, with 3 of them being doubles. Here's the 2-2. It's swung on and laced into left center field. That's going to get down. Getting the way from third is Gradell, but he will be held up. Rene Regalado goes back on his decision, and everyone moves up a station. The bases are loaded. It's the third hit of the day for Becker.
Bases loaded with Chavez up to the plate. Number 2 hitter today, who had a sac fly in the 5th and reached base in the 3rd.
And that is going to do it for Robertson. Nick. The new pitcher is Eddie McCartney, and he comes in a tricky situation. The base is loaded with just 1 out. Double clutches his throw, and it's a called strike to Cesar Chavez. McCartney is a right-hander, 6'2", from San Mateo, California. Currently plays at Vanguard. In his first season with the Lions, he made 2 appearances through just an inning and a third and gave up 5 earned runs. This one's nubbed into shallow center field. Is anybody going to get there? No, they're not! It drops in And that is going to score another run for the Blues. An RBI single for Cesar Chavez.
$3 Coors Light, $3 Coors Banquet, $4 field recording line.
The Blues have pushed their lead to 4.
Stretches out now 5-1, and at the plate, number 2, Brendan Comerford.
Again, the Blues still have them loaded, and it's the middle of the order with Comerford coming up.
That puts Constantine standing on third, Becker on second, and Chavez on first.
First pitch to Comerford is a front hip slider.
Everybody clap your hands.
Bases loaded once again, all with just one out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Vanguard is a Division II school in the Pac West. That's where McCartney played this last year. Fouled back. 1-2. Comerford, a hit, a ground out, and a walk. Uncommitted after a year at Gonzaga. 1-2. Does a good job to stay alive on the slider. Blues have now recorded 11 hits in this game, 3 of which have come from Becker, 2 from Chavez. Comerford, Moran, Webb, and Constantine all have 1, and Gradell also has 2. One, 2. Down and away, and it evens up. Comerford leads the team with runs batted in at 8, looking to add to that total. Two is swung on and missed, and Comerford goes down on strikes.
Second strikeout for McCarthy, who just came in this inning. 2 runs scored, and bases loaded for Moran coming up in the number 4 spot.
Quinn Robertson started the inning, and he gave up 4 hits before being relieved. Now it's McCartney, who gave up the RBI single to Chavez, but that'll go on Robertson's line, and now the strikeout. In the dirt, it squirts away. Coming home is Constantine, and he's going to score. The throw to the plate gets away. Coming home now is Kyle Becker, and it's a 2-run wild pitch. It's going to go as a passed ball to score Constantine, and also move Becker to third, and then an error to score Becker on the catcher. Chavez moves up on the pass ball and error as well, and he's on third. 2-0. Moran takes a slider above the shoelaces. On deck is Ashlock. He's the only hitless Blue today. It's a 7-1 ball game, a 4 spot in the 6th.
Chavez now the lone base runner on third.
And it's a 4-pitch walk. Moran has reached base safely for the second time. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Blues look to continue this high-powered offensive inning.
Mason Ashlock, the 9th batter for the Blues in this inning.
Blues have bat around. Everyone in this inning has come to the plate. Ashlock has flown out, struck out, and popped out. Chavez on third, Moran on first. 7-1 ball game. And the dirt blocked by Bateman.
Ashlock has also been the third out in each one of those instances. And 2 outs are on the board right now here in the 6th.
1-1 to the designated hitter. Rice Owl, his teammate. Hoping to get his second at bat of the inning and stands on deck. Down and away.
Decent lead from Moran on first, with his teammate opposite of him sitting on third.
Jackson is holding on Moran. Did record 9 stolen bases, and he takes off. Swung on and popped up in foul territory. Jackson will make the play to end the inning. The Blues score 4 runs on 5 hits and leave 2 runners stranded and have blown the game wide open. It's 7-1 as we go to the 7th. The Blues score 4 in the 6th inning and have blown this game wide open.
Fireworks show, more great baseball starting at 6 o'clock, followed by a fantastic fireworks show. Tickets are still available online.
And they will welcome Felix Stork back to the mound after he struck out 2 batters and faced the minimum in the 6th. The Blues have faced the minimum in every single inning other than the 2nd inning, when the Legends got their lone run of the game.
Pinch hitter for Moosier is number 5.
It's a pinch hitter for Ethan Mooser. Jordan Medina is going to hit. as he nubs the first pitch to Stork, who has to fire it to first, and it's in time. One pitch and one out.
Moran reaching off the base a little bit and up after a rocket from Stork to get that first out from Medina, who came in for Moser here. Which will bring up Griffin.
And the third base coach just got tossed out of the game. First ejection of the year at Sinsheimer. He's livid. I think he thought that the runner was safe at first, Medina.
There's no prize for that.
And a new coach comes out of the dugout and he's chirping. But for the third base coach, I don't think that was Sanzari, their head coach. He'll have to watch the game on the broadcast.
The play was made at first, and you don't see anything from the first base coach. Third base coaches seem to be pretty active, though.
He's pretty hot, yelling and walking towards the home plate umpire, and home plate umpire gave him a little bit of leeway, but then some magic words must have been said, and he's going to get the boot. After the ejection, it's now 1-1 to Mason Griffin. Griffin, the center fielder today, is 1 for 2. The lone run that was scored for the Legends. Griffin was the one who touched home. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Griffin, a Division I ball player in the Summit League. Just misses low.
Stork walking off the mound like that was surely strike 3.
I think he thought it was, but the home plate umpire says differently. It's 2-2. Swung on a miss. There's the strikeout.
Can't argue with that.
Number 1683 on your program. 1683. Go to the marketing tent. Get your bottle of slow heat from Bonton Creole Cafe. Pinch hitting now for Hogan is number 26, Ryan Duran.
Brings up a pinch hitter for the designated hitter.
Ryan Duran take the first strike swinging.
We have another player not on the roster in the batter's box right now. Ryan Duran is the batter.
Duran will come in for Hogan, who had a walk and a strikeout so far in the game, and he'll come up with 2 outs. Another swing for strike 2.
It's 1-2 to the pinch hitter. Just low.
Count is 2-2 with 2 outs to Duran.
Did he go? No, he did not, says the first base umpire. The Blues would have had to make the throw down to first. Anyways. Full count, 2 outs. That is the first base runner for the Menlo Park Legends since there were 2 outs in the second inning, and it's a walk.
Pinch hitting now for Jackson is number 32, Isaac Fendel.
This is Isaac Fendel, a guy who is actually on the roster, pinch hitting for Ethan Jackson. Fendel takes strike 1, originally from Oakland, California, and a graduate of St. Mary's High School. Spent the last 2 years at the University of Puget Sound. The Loggers, a Division III school. On the ground to second. Constantine will go to first to end the inning. A walk is the first base runner since the second inning, but it's time to stretch at Sinsheimer with the Blues up by 6.
Blues come back after a very eventful top of the 7th inning, where the third base coach from Menlo Park is thrown out.
And there's a new pitcher. It's Noah Klub for the Menlo Park Legends. Would you like to take a guess if they're on the roster or not? Spoiler alert, they're not. Popped up. Look out. Almost had to make a play over there, Addy.
I was not ready at all.
I wasn't either. I was looking up Noah Klub, who is a 5'8", 190-pound pitcher, left-hander, who plays at Diablo Valley College. Klub floats a changeup high to Cutter Gage Webb. This last year, a 5.87 ERA in 15 1/3 innings pitched. Popped up in the infield. Stewart is going to glove it for the first out.
Loose frenzy, and you have a wristband. And to the top of the third base stairs right now. Loose frenzy is happening.
Brings up Kosei Suzuki. The Blues.
Third base.
1 in the third, 2 in the fifth, and 4 in the sixth. It's a 7-1 ball game. Menlo Park got their single run in the second. Prior to the walk to Ryan Duran, the Blues retired 15 straight batters. Suzuki up the middle and through for a hit. First hit of the day for Suzuki comes with 1 out in the seventh.
They'll bring up number 15, Jack Rondell.
The Blues hit leader now, Jack Riddell, 2 for 3 today, a pair of singles sandwiched with a strikeout.
Riddell with a single in his last at bat. Came around to score as well to increase the Blues lead here.
Swung on a miss. Including today's game, Riddell is 10 for 23. Not the largest sample size ever, but that's good for a .435 batting average. Change up for a called strike, too. Very quickly, Riddell is behind. It's been change up heavy so far for Klub. Right around 70 miles an hour with that change up. Swung on a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Jack Riddell strikes out for the second time. Two outs for Gavin Constantine.
Number 6, Gavin Constantine.
Constantine, who scored on a pass ball in the last inning after getting on with a single and walking in the inning before and also scoring.
Swung on and roped down the left field line, but Constantine was a little out in front of it.
Suzuki going for a second, but trots back.
Second pitch is looped into center field, and I believe that is Griffin still out there in center field, who will make the catch to end the inning. Through 7 innings, Blues with a comfortable lead.
The top of the 8th inning, the San Luis Obispo Blues leading Menlo Park Legends 7-1. That'll bring up Joaquin Stewart to lead off the inning for the Legends. Big hit all the way out to left field, but that'll stop in the air and be play made by the left fielder, Chavez, for the first out of the top of the 8th inning. The top of the 7th was pretty eventful, but not in terms of base running, hits, or runs scored. Rather, the Menlo Park third base coach thrown out from the game after a disagreement with the first out from Medina, who was thrown out by the pitcher. Nevertheless, the Legends ended the inning with no runs scored and only one player making base from a walk, which has brought us here.
First name?
Bateman up to bat with 2 balls and 1 strike and 1 out. So far today, he has flown out to right field and struck out. He has been the 3rd out in both of his at-bats. Another hack, and that'll be a foul ball for strike 2. Sorry, the count is 1-2 with 1 out. Can't be the 3rd out today. Or sorry, can't be the 3rd out in this inning, seeing as he's the 2nd one up to plate. There's nobody on, and there's only 1 out so far, so won't rack up that stat. But nevertheless, he's behind the count with 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So we just got a correction from our stats team. This is Will Robbins hitting right now. The last batter.
Bateman, the last.
No, he came in to hit for Ethan Jackson.
Nevertheless, the count will be 2-2 from whoever is at the plate right now.
Then I have Fendell hitting for Jackson to end the 6th.
As we mentioned previously, the Legends just got new jerseys. Well, no matter who that is strike 3 for the 2nd out of the inning. As I was saying, and as we've mentioned before, Legends have gotten new uniforms and have had to switch around numbers throughout the game as people come in and out. Not exactly sure who just struck out there, but that was a strikeout served up by Felix Stork, who we do know is on the mound. And that'll bring up who we assume is Kenny.
Give somebody a jersey, write it down on a piece of paper.
He wears number 14, which is not rostered.
But
we're going to assume it's Kenny, and he'll be up with 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs. So far, the 9 batter, who once again we are assuming is Kenny, grounded out to shortstop and struck out, and that'll be the 2nd strike of the at bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So far, Stork has faced 2 batters in this inning.
I know Robbins has 2 Bs for sure.
The count is 2-2 with 2 outs. He has struck out both batters he's faced so far in this inning. Surely hoping to make that 3 here. Pitch is a called strike 3. Stork running off the mound, fired up after striking out the only 3 batters he faced in the inning. That'll take us into the bottom of the 8th. Blues 7, Legends 1. Kyle Becker will lead off the inning.
First name Kobe.
First pitch, a ball.
Kobe, C-O-B.
Second ball served to Becker. Becker has had quite the day. A single in the first inning, which got him all the way to third base. Ground out in a second at bat in the third to third base. A triple in the fifth, which eventually led him to score in a single in the first. But that ball will be hit on to left center field. The play will be made, even if you can't see it, as the shadows have fully taken over the field. That'll be the first out after a fly ball to center field. Becker.
There's a new pitcher. Another person not on the roster, by the way. Nobody's keeping count, but I think that's like 5. And we're not entirely sure who it is. Colby Bowman is what we're getting. Let's see if this is a real human being.
Well, either way, Cesar Chavez is up to the plate now. We can assure you that is him. Our mystery pitcher has served up 3 straight balls to Chavez. And the fourth pitch will be a ball to send Chavez to first base without having to swing his bat.
Good game for Cesar Chavez. Reached base safely 3 times now, 2 RBIs.
Ball lights up in left field. As come forward, step up to the plate. First out of the inning from Becker, who flew out to center field. And a walk sends Chavez to first. Dances over there on first. Comerford, who singled in the first inning and made his way to second, grounded out in the third, walked in the fifth, and struck out in the sixth. First pitch to him will be a strike called. Chavez, not with a terribly huge lead, but nonetheless, he'll take off for second. The play will be late, And Chavez will be safely to second.
Very, very close play at second. Chavez, good speed, but a really good throw by whoever the catcher is right now for the Legends.
Who we believe to be Robbins.
Maybe. Robbins is not a catcher. I don't think. Oh, he is. It might be Robbins.
Big swing from Moran. Sorry, Comerford for strike 3 and the second out. That'll bring up Moran, who will come to the plate with 2 outs and a runner standing directly opposite from him. Chavez on second. First pitch will be a ball. Moran with a fly out, a double, a pop fly, and a walk. Today. Second ball. This will be his 5th at bat of the game. Pitch inside. He scooches back, and that'll be the 3rd straight ball served to Moran.
Whoever this new pitcher is having a little bit of struggle with the command. Already walked Chavez on 4 pitches.
Big hit right in between the first and second baseman. We'll send that ball to right field. Incoming is Chavez, who will score and make the SLO Blues score 8 and Legends 1. Moran safely to first after a single to right field.
Very good piece of hitting from CJ Moran. Crushed that ball to the pole side and drove in his first run of the day and his 5th of the summer.
That'll bring up Ashlock, who has not yet recorded a hit in today's game. He flew out in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd, popped out in the 5th, and popped out in the 6th. And he has been the 3rd out in every single instance.
Gets out here, he'll be the 3rd out again. Wild pitch. Blues will take that, moves Moran into scoring position.
That'll be the 2nd ball to Ashlock. The count is 2-0. 2 outs, runner on second. Big swing from Ashlock, goes all the way back to left field, and that is gone for the first SLO Blues home run of the season. That'll send in Moran for number 9, and round comes Ashlock for number 10.
Did not miss that ball, and the Blues hit their first home run at home this season. A big blast from Ashlock, who had just been waiting to get in the hit column today. Everyone else had done so except him, but he does it in big fashion. The Blues' 2nd home run of the season and their 1st at home.
Cutter Gage Webb.
Webb now up to the plate. 2 balls. No strikes, 2 outs. The bases are now cleared after the 2-run home run from Ashlock. Webb will foul it off his feet for strike number 1.
100 miles an hour off the bat and 386 feet. Just a moonshot The home run that Cutter Gage Webb, who's in the box, hit against Sonoma, just barely snuck out. That one was well gone. It's hard to get a ball out here. Webb is going to strike out, looking to end the 8th inning. The Blues get 2 runs on the long ball, and it's the last chance for the Legends. They need 9 to extend this game in the top of the 9th. Kill it. Joseph Gamber is the new pitcher for the Blues with a 9-run lead, a cushion here in the 9th inning. Gamber making his 3rd appearance. He made 1 start. Holds no record in his inning and 2/3. He's given up 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 4 walks to his 1 strikeout. And the first pitch to Tyler O'Toole misses up and in. O'Toole is the only player for the Legends who is still in this game after starting. We've been kind of all over the place, but we think we finally have it figured out as to who's batting where, and the game's almost over. Up and in again. Watch the jaw. O'Toole.
Second CCL game for Menlo Park, so still working out that roster, trying to figure out who's wearing what numbers and who's playing where.
It doesn't help that it sounds like they got brand new jerseys today, but not all of them came in, or maybe they didn't order enough. I'm not sure. As Gamber throws a strike here. So I'll do a recap of who's in the game. I don't know the positions necessarily, but I'll tell you who's batting and where. O'Toole is batting right now and leading off as he takes 1 inside, 3-1. Joey D'Amelio is on deck. Barclay O'Valley is the 3-hole right now after replacing Mooser. Jordan Medina is cleaning up after replacing Mason Griffin. Erlinger is the designated hitter after replacing Oliver Hogan. Ryan Duran bats 6th. Isaac Fendel bats 7th with Will Robbins. And Michael Akawa rounding out the order. All 8 of those guys I just named did not start.
They all also came in late in the game, which didn't help with a little bit of the confusion there.
Well, I think more of the confusion is half of them aren't on the roster and half of them aren't wearing the right number. And then the coach provided us numbers, which was very kind before the game, but he only gave us last names. So if they're not on the roster and we only have a last name, it becomes very difficult to figure out who they are. Full count, and it's a called strike 3.
There's a final slow heat.
Let's see if Gamber can do it. This inning doesn't mean all that much. The Blues up 9, but they've struck out 10 or more in every game this season. Right now, they are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He needs one more strikeout to hit the 10 mark. For Felix Stork, he threw 3 innings of no-hit ball, gave up just 1 walk, and struck out 5 of those batters.
Felix Stork certainly brings the energy when he's on the mound too, which is very needed with just the whole vibes of the team. Being the leader on the defensive side. See if Gamber can keep that energy going here in the top of the ninth.
It's 0-2 to Joey D'Amelio. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 10. 10 games deep and double-digit strikeouts in every single game. Blues are giving out a ton of hot sauce early in the season. On pace for well over 330 bottles of slow heat. And I believe this is Barclay Ovali.
He wears number 5, which Barclay Ovali does on the roster, but once again, everyone's been rotating jerseys in this game, so we can't be 100% certain, but if we go with what the roster says, this is Barclay Ovali wearing number 5.
Originally was going to play with the Blues, but decided to play closer to home. Here's the 2-0. Down and away. Gamber has looked very solid so far with those 2 strikeouts looking. Has 4 walks in his inning and 2/3 prior to today. He's definitely seen some command issues early in the summer, but looking to turn that around today and is off to a good start. 3-0, however. And it's a called strike, pulled back up by Gradell at the knees. On the ground to short. Webb has it. His throw to first is offline. Moran tagged him, but the umpire did not see it. I thought, that throw is definitely off the bag, but I thought Moran had it.
I'd have to agree. I thought Moran surely made the out before the runner touched first base. You could hear him hit his back with his glove. Very athletic play made by Moran. Be able to get that ball first and still make an attempt for the out.
Dean Traynor is going to go talk to the first base umpire. It's a 9-run game. While Volley reaches base safely after replacing Mooser in the 7th and grounding out to the pitcher. It's Jordan Medina in the box.
That'll give the Legends a base runner.
Need a lot of those in this inning. Runner goes, and Blues are not going to make a throw as it scoots past Griddell.
Up to the plate, Medina.
We think it's
We
Medina.
think Medina.
So on the numbers sheet that they gave us, the starting second baseman, Joaquin Stewart, was supposed to be wearing number 1. They might have swapped jerseys or something, but we've been told it's Medina batting. Gamble misses inside. Medina supposedly came in the 7th and struck out swinging to Felix Stork, one of 5 strikeout victims for Stork. I guess 4, as Hikawa struck out twice to him. Legends are down to their final out. This one misses well away, and Gamber will chase it down. A wild pitch.
We'll send Wally to third base. Just 90 feet away from trying to close the gap just a little bit.
Tomorrow's a firework night here at the ballpark. Want to come? Bluesbaseball.com. And it is well worth it. The fireworks show is awesome. You're in for a treat tomorrow. Addy?
Oh, I'm more than excited. This will actually be my second fireworks show.
Oh.
About 3 years ago, I was at a Blues game, watched my brother play for the Conejo Oaks, and it just so happened to be a firework game, and it was very exciting. And back here 3 years later.
Gotta say, and you can call me biased if you want, but I have nothing to do with the fireworks show, and I think it's an incredible show. If you can't make it, we are going to show it here on the broadcast for you. It's just not as cool, to be honest. Ball 4 to Medina, and it brings up Erlinger.
26 at the plate now, Ryan Duran.
First pitch is a called strike, and excuse me, I think we're saying the last name wrong. I don't think it's Erlinger. I think it's Fillinger. Because that is somebody who I know is on the roster because I did my prep on her. Did my job, did my homework. And I can actually tell you a little bit about him. First name's Ethan, as the runner goes on a swing and miss. From UNC, University of Northern Colorado, not the one all the way on the East Coast, Chapel Hill. Sub 200 batting average this year with 5 extra base hits, as the Legends are down to their final strikes. Oh, outside. Excuse me, I said strikes. It's the final strike. Singular.
On the roster, we got Fillinger wearing number 25. It looks like he's got on 26.
Close enough.
Close enough. One of the closer ones we've had today.
1-2. Swung on and missed. Gamber strikes out the side to end the game as the Blues scored 10 runs in back-to-back games and pick up their 3rd CCL win of the summer. It was a dominant one, high scoring in the middle innings, and then the Blues unloaded late thanks to Mason Ashlock. Addy, let's talk about the offense first. Obviously, run in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th, and 3 in the 8th. A very consistent performance, scoring in 4 innings.
Yeah, I'll say personally, I think the 6th was the big one for the Blues. Batted around, had 4 runs, and a very eventful inning for the Blues. Started off with Webb, who singled in the bottom of the 6th, Suzuki, who struck out, and then Griddell, who singled, Constantine, who singled to load the bases, which brought up Becker with a single to drive in Webb and keep the bases loaded. And then Chavez with a single to set another one in.
Everyone in the order for the Blues today recorded a hit. Becker led the way with 3. Chavez had 2 as well. Moran had 2. And Gordell had 2. Comerford had a hit. Ashlock, that 2-run home run. Cutter Gage Webb and Kosei Suzuki as well as Gavin Constantine all had a lone hit. The final line score for the Blues, 10 runs, 14 hits with 1 error for the Legends, just 1 run on 2 hits and 3 errors. Obviously the offense was there. We see the 10 runs, double digits for the second game in a row. But how about the pitching? Last 18 innings, they've only given up 1 earned run, and it was today in that second inning where, honestly, it was a pretty lucky hit, too. Joaquin Stewart hit one off the hands. It was like 60 miles an hour and just trickled its way into right field. But the pitching has been absolutely flawless recently.
That was very exciting to watch. Goke, up until the 5th inning, pitched. He started out. And, yeah, besides that second inning, I mean, it was 1, 2, 3 the whole way to the 5th. It was very exciting to watch him pitch, especially early on in the game where the Legends scored the first run of the game. And be able to watch the pitching just be absolutely dominant, even despite that 1 run, and then end up getting rewarded with a run for the Blues in the 3rd, and then obviously take it away in the 5th and 6th. But yeah, all around great pitching for the Blues.
Blues pitching in the last 2 games, 18 innings, just 6 hits, no runs, 7 walks, and 23 strikeouts. Just pure domination. And they'll look to continue it for the rest of the weekend against the Menlo Park Legends. It's the first 3-game series that the Blues will have this year. It's honestly not too common in the CCL to have 3-game series, but these 2 teams will face off again tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Remember, not 4 o'clock like our normal Saturdays. It's 6 o'clock because it's a firework night, and then it is a 2 o'clock start on Mimosa Sunday here at the ballpark. If you want to come to the game, you can. bluesbaseball.com. Go get your tickets. If you want to view any of the stats or the schedule, anything like that, that is also online, I'd recommend going to calsummerball.com. That's the CCL website. You can stay up to date with all the Blues stats, schedule, upcoming games, stuff like that. Well, that's going to do it for us today. For Addy Daudet, my name is Ryan Giacomini saying so long from Sinsheimer, where the final score is Blues 10, Legends 1. Back here tomorrow, 6 o'clock.